Hey guys, in this video you will be able to learn how to scrape data from a public API, design a profile card and perform GET requests in Jquery Ajax. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, hit subscribe today and like my videos for me to do more content in YouTube, and click the bell icon to never miss any upcoming video. So by the end of this tutorial you will be able to make something like this. The profile card here has my GitHub profile information. This is my Git profile pic, and this is my Git name and username, and this is my Git bio, and these are the numbers of the followers and the following people. The function here is that we can get profile information of a specific GitHub user and display that in this profile card. So let's search for a user by the username. Go to github.com and search a person. Maybe Vinay Kumar GB. Copy the username and paste it in this input field. Then click search. Wow, amazing. We get this user's information right here. The user's profile pic, name, username, bio, and the numbers of followers and following. So you may get a question that how do we get this data? For that, we use APIs. API is a service that can be built by using a framework like Node.js. People build APIs for communication between applications. As an example, let's say we have a web app like a chat app. So if we want to authenticate the users with GitHub for our app, we need to tell GitHub that we want this user authenticated. To tell GitHub that, we should use APIs. That's what API is for. So we'll be using GitHub's REST API here to update the profile card whenever the viewer clicks this search button. If I want to get my GitHub profile information, I should go to api.github.com, users, and my GitHub username. I get my information like this: name, need coder, URLs to my GitHub tabs like repos tab, and number of followers and following, almost everything except my account password. So that's it. What are you waiting for? Let's get started. Here we have a folder called Github Profile Finder. So let's make index.html file and a main.css. So let's start with a simple markup. Click Ctrl space and click HTML sample. Github Profile Finder. We have the link to the main.css file. We don't have main.js, so we will omit this tag. We will open this file in the browser with the live server extension. Let's make main container for our markup. div.main container. Then a container for our search input and the button. div.search container. Then input field, name, username, ID, input. Then a search button. .search #search. The content would be search. So we have container for the search container here. Then we put a container for our profile card. div.profile card, and the container for our profile picture, name and username. div.main info. There image tag, id equals profile image, span element, name of the user, and an a tag, id of username. So we have the container for the profile image, name and username. Let's make another container for the bio, div.bio and an id of bio. It is like a paragraph. So here another container for the number of followers and the following. Then two divs separately for the followers and following, div.followers. Here a span element for the number of followers, number hash followers, abbreviation. We would put a dummy text like this, maybe 1, then followers, then another div dot following. There we will put a span dot number hash following, abbreviation. So that would be 13, and here following. So we have a simple markup. Our markup is ready now. Now we can style it in main.css. Let's first take the main container dot main container. First we'll put a background image, background URL. I have a image in my GitHub repo called resources, github.com, and you can go to resources repo. It's public. Then there's a image called image.png. So we'll put this image for the background image. We can link to that image with the cdn.jsdeliver.net. It's a CDN for GitHub npm, cdn.jsdeliver.net. You can find more here. Just click here and you can learn more. cdn.jsdeliver.net, GitHub. My username is neatcoder23, and my repo resources and image.png. So let's do it. Here https cdn.jsdeliver.net gh neatcoder 23 and my repo resources and the file image.png. So this is the image. We had to style it. No repeat. The height is 100%, width 100%, position absolute, top 0, left 0, background size, cover, so it takes a full width and height of the container. Then we can style these containers. Let's select the search container. Search container. Let's give it a display of flex. Display flex and width of 300 px. Then margin 0 auto, the container is centered in the page. Then margin top bar 90 px. Yeah. So height of 50. Okay. Now let's select the input field with the ID input, hash input with 85%. We'll put the outline none, so we don't have the border thing. Border transparent. We don't have border there now. And let's give search container a border radius 15 px, overflow hidden. Now the borders are rounded, so let's style a search button. Search, the class is search dot search border transparent, then background color white. So it is styled now. We have to adjust this border theme, outline. Now let's put a cursor of pointer. So let's style a profile card. Take the profile card container with the profile card class. Dot profile card width of 300 px, then margin 0 auto, so it is also centered. Then border radius of 10 px, overflow hidden. Let's give a background color initially so the text is visible for us. Background color hash FFF. Let's put the margin top 60 px. Let's put the content in the container. Let's point out to my Github profile pic. api.github.com users need coder. So here the avatar URL, get the link, then paste it here, src. Then here's the image, span class equals need coder, then the username at need coder 23, then bio of a YouTuber, full stack, Dave. So we have some content. Let's style it with main info. Main info. Let's give it display of flex and flex direction of column, align item center. Then let's style the profile pic. With the ID of prof image dot prof image, height of 80 px, width total, border radius of 50%, or I mean hash prof image. Let's get a height 80px, 80px. Main info, let's give padding of 10px. Then let's style a neat coder username, span, name and ID username, dot name, font family of, let's take a font from Google Fonts. I'll search for Varela round. It's awesome. Select this style, copy this code and paste it in your head tag and paste it here. So let's put that font family for main info, font family of Varela round and sans serif, margin top 10px, dot username, I mean hash username for the username, hash username, put a font size of 15px and text decoration none. Let's put a border bottom for main info 1px, solid gray. So let's style the bio. We take it as bio class dot bio, then with 100%, text align center and padding of 20px, 0, font family of monospace, then font weight of bold. Let's go for the follow container dot follow with 100% and a display of flex height of 80px. So let's select the divs dot follow div. It selects the divs inside the follow container. Let's put width of 50%, text align center, padding top 20px, font family of Varela round. We had to put a line break here and here. Let's put a br tag, br. Here the padding top is 10, the bio padding maybe 40. So we'll put a border for the follow container, border top 1px, solid gray. So we should separate this. Padding top 18px, border 1px, solid gray. We have to make these numbers bold. Dot number, font weight bold. Let's make the image more larger, height of 90 and main info padding 20, For low divs, let's put our font size of 17. We have it nicely arranged here. Let's put the effect of glass morphism. Let's select the profile card here. Background transparency, now it's transparent. So we put glass morphism with the property backdrop filter and blur 5px. Now it's blurred. Let's put this username more readable. Color, box shadow for the profile image 0, 3px, 10px, gray. So we have styled the profile card and the containers. Input, padding left of 5px. So let's start with API. Let's put a script tag here. We will need Jquery for getting data from the API. Go to Jquery CDN, go to W3 schools and get this script tag and paste it in your head tag. Let's put some content in the script tag. We want the profile card updated whenever the user clicks this search button. So we'll select this search button with the ID $search, then call the click function. So inside this is the main part. So in jQuery we perform a GET request in Ajax like this. $get is just a GET request. In GitHub's API they give data as JSON, so we'll put get JSON and we'll need the URL as the endpoint. https api.github.com. users will put plus, and when the user clicks here it should have the username here. So we'll save the input tag here with the ID $input.val. It returns the value of this text area. We go to api.github.com users and the username the user inputs here. So let's say my username needcoder23. It gets data from api.github.com users needcoder23. So that's the endpoint we are going to get the data. And let's define callback function. After this function gets the data from the API, it returns a parameter. You can name it anything. An arrow function. Data is the information we get from the API. We can access the properties of the JSON object. Let's print it out in the console. console.log data. So when the user clicks this function gets the data from the API with the username and prints it out the console. I'll get needcoder and search. So let's go to the console here, developer tools. We have object here, avatar URL, bio. We get all the data from the API like that. Now let's dynamically update these values by this data. So first let's update the profile pic. Get the profile pic with the ID prof image $prof image dot add src and let's give it the value of data dot avatar URL. In the data object we access the property avatar URL, so you will get the URL for the profile pic. Let's change this name, GitHub name, $hashname dot html. So we'll put the data objects name property, then dollar the username, hash username dot html. We'll need this @ plus data dot login. Let's go to api.github.com users need coder 23. So the username is this login property need coder 23. Avatar URL, this is the URL for our profile pic, and this is the API endpoint, and HTML URL need coder 23. Followers URL, following URL, repos URL, blog, location, bio. We got all this, so let's change the username with the login property. We change the login data.login, it is the username, and let's change the bio container $#bio dot html data dot bio property. And also we should change the href attribute of this username. So let's select again $#username and .add and select href attribute and give it the new value of data dot html URL. It redirects to github.com username data.html URL, so semicolon. So then let's change the follow containers. div class equals follows. We should only change the number of followers and following. So let's select these containers with id followers and following, $followers and dot html data dot number followers property, and let's select the following span element $following dot html data dot following property. Let's type a username and see. Let's type the earlier username Vinay Kumar GB. Then click search. Wow, awesome, right? It gets profile pic, name, username, bio, number of followers and following. We'll need a breakable property here. Go to bio class, max width 100%, padding 10px. So we have a cool profile card, profile pic, name, username, GitHub bio, number of followers and following. So let's try to search for another person. Go to github.com and let's say toybotdroid. Copy the username and paste it here. Toybotdroid, search. So some people don't have the bio, it's empty. So this person has 2 followers and 34 following. Let's search for another person. Solomo Decoder. So let's search. It gets profile pic, name, username and bio and number of following and followers. So I hope you got a clear idea on retrieving data from APIs and performing GET request in Jquery Ajax and designing a profile card. Stay updated with my videos and let us meet in another awesome video like this. Thank you for watching.